Hello, Bacha Party. How are you all? I hope all of you are fine. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to start with chapter 15, Air Around Us. Okay, so now some of you may have doubt that, sir, what about chapter 7? Beta, chapter 7 is related to biology part of the science, so that we will study in the next semester. Okay, so let's start with the air around us. So this entire chapter is about air. How air is useful to human beings, plants and animals. What are the components of air? This all we are going to learn in this chapter. This is again a very simple chapter but very useful in your daily life. Again I am telling you, if you are studying science subject, then you have to be open minded. Okay, you have to relate all the concept with real life example. Okay, bacha party, so let's start. So here they are telling us, have you ever seen air? No, we have never seen air. Okay, but surely you must have felt its presence in many ways. Yes, they have given some example. Like you notice it when the leaves of the trees rustle or the clothes hanging on the clothesline sway. That means they move slowly when the air blow. Okay, pages of open book begin to fluttering when the fan is switched on. That means the pages of textbook or notebook move when we switch on the fan, and the moving air makes it possible for you to fly your kite. In Uttarayan, we all flew kite, isn't it? So that is only because of air. Okay, bacha party? And in chapter 5, we have already learned about winnowing. Okay, that take place with the help of air, blowing air. And during the storm, wind blows at very high speed. Okay, during thunderstorm, this wind may uproot trees and the blow of the rooftop, as you have seen in news or in movies. Due to high speed of air or wind, the rooftop of house as well as tree also blow off. Okay, so these are the daily life example of air around us. You may have question in the assignment, what are the example of air around us? Then you can write any 2 or 3 example from this. Okay, now the next is they are telling us about weathercock. So this weathercock is used to show the direction of air. The air is moving in which direction is shown by this weathercock. You have seen this weathercock in farms or in the taller building. So what is use of it? It provides us direction in which the air is moving. Okay. Now bacha party, for the next activity, which is very simple, they are telling us to take an empty bottle and dip this bottle in the water bucket. So as you can see, when we dip in the water bucket, the bubbles, okay, the bubbles coming out of the mouth of the bottle. So this shows that it is a air present in the bottle. The bottle was not empty at all. In fact, it is completely filled with the air, and that is come out in the form of bubble. You can try this at your home. It is very simple. And after performing this activity, we can say that air occupies the space. Okay, the air occupies the space. It fills all the space in the bottle. It is present everywhere around us. Yes, as you are listening to this, you are watching this, air is around us, isn't it? Then they are telling us air has no color. Do you see any color of air? No, we can never see the color of air, and one can see through it. Okay, the material from which we can see through easily, that material is known as transparent. So the air is transparent. So these are nothing but properties of air. Okay, if the question is asked what is properties of the air, so what you have to write? Air occupy the space, Air is present everywhere around us. Air has no color and we can see through it. Therefore, air is transparent. So these are the properties of air. Okay, bacha bati? Now this is very important topic, that is atmosphere. Okay, there is a question, what is atmosphere? Then you have to write this. So let's first understand it. Our earth is surrounded by a thin layer of air. Okay, our entire earth, which is a planet, is surrounded by a thin layer of air, and this layer extend up to many kilometers. Okay, when we go up and up, so this thin layer extends up to many kilometers above the surface of the earth, and this layer is known as atmosphere. What do you mean by the surface of the earth? That means the outline, okay, outer boundary of earth. Okay, so our earth is surrounded by thin layer, and that thin layer is known as atmosphere. Is it clear, bacha party, what is atmosphere? So there is one more thing related to atmosphere. As we move higher and higher in atmosphere, that means if we start from ground and if we go high and high, the air gets rarer. Rarer means the air gets thinner. Okay, so as we go up and up, then air becomes thin. This is the only reason why mountaineers are the person who climb the mountain. Okay, so this is the only reason why mountaineers carry the oxygen cylinder with them while climbing the high mountains. As you can see in the figure number 15.5, the mountaineers is carrying a oxygen cylinder. Why they are carrying the cylinder? Because as they climb the high mountains and they go high and high, the air in the atmosphere become thinner and it is not possible for them to breathe. For that reason they are carrying the oxygen cylinder. So if question is asked why mountaineers carry the oxygen cylinder with them while climbing the high mountains, then you have to write, because as mountaineer climb the high mountain, the air in the atmosphere become thin and it is difficult for them to breathe, and that is the reason why they carry oxygen cylinder with them. Okay, is it clear now why they are carrying the oxygen cylinder with them? Now the next important topic is, what is air made up of? That is, what are the components of the air? So in earlier 18th century, people thought that air was just one substance. But when some experiments are performed, the experiments prove that air is not a one substance. It is a mixture of many gases. So, what kind of mixture it is and what are the components of this mixture? Let's study each component of this mixture, that is the component of air, one by one. Okay? So here as you can see, the first component of air is water vapor. We have already learned that air contains water vapor. In chapter 6 we have already learned about the concept of condensation, where water vapor comes in contact with cooler surface and it gets converted into water. Okay? The presence of water vapor in air is important for the water cycle in the nature. This water cycle concept you have learned in standard 5. So water vapor help or play important role in water cycle. Is it clear, bacha party? The first component of air, that is water vapor. Now the next important component of the air is oxygen. You have heard about oxygen everywhere. It play important role in the respiration of human beings. It play important role in the respiration of animals and plants. Respiration is the process of breathing. Okay, the air we inhale and exhale is known as respiration. Now coming back to oxygen, we have to perform one activity where we have to fix two small candles of the same length on the table, and then we have to light both the candles. Now we have to cover one of the candle with inverted glass, as you can see in the figure number 15.6, and observe this both the candles. Okay, do both the candles continue to burn or they blow off? So we have observed that the candles covered with the glass got extinguished after some time. That means it blow off after some times, whereas the other candle continued burning. So what can be the reason for this? Can you think about it? Pause the video and just think about it. The one candle blows off and the other one is continued its burning. So what will be the reason? You can pause the video and think for a minute. So from this activity we can say that there might be some component in the air that has helped the other candle to burn. So the other candle getting continued supply of air, this component of air which supports the burning is known as oxygen. Okay. So for now, related to this activity, the component of the air which supports burning is known as oxygen. It is clear, bacha pati? Now the next important component is nitrogen. It also play very important role in air. Let's see. As we have done the activity of candle in which one of the candle blows out. Okay. This indicates that the presence of some component in the air which does not support burning. Okay, the component which does not support burning, this major part of air is known as nitrogen. So the part which does not support burning is known as nitrogen. It is clear? So the next component and today's last topic is carbon dioxide. So in a closed room, if there is some material that is burning, so you may have felt suffocation. Okay, when there is a room and something is burning, you sometimes feel suffocation. Okay, so this feeling of suffocation is due to excess of carbon dioxide that may be accumulating in the room as the burning continues. Okay, sometimes smoke, sometimes other materials when burn, it produces the carbon dioxide, and carbon dioxide makes a very small component of the air. Okay, it has very little part in air. Now the next point is very important, where plant and animal consumes oxygen for respiration. We have already seen what is respiration, and produces the carbon dioxide. As the living organism, they do respiration and they consume oxygen, where they produce carbon dioxide. Next is plant and animal matter also consume oxygen on burning. Okay, when they burn, they also consume oxygen and produce carbon dioxide and other gases. Okay, when they burn, they consume oxygen and they produce carbon dioxide and many more gases. So it is advisable to not to burn dry leaves or discarded remains of the crops, that is skeletons of the animal, which pollute our air. How they pollute our air? Carbon dioxide is very dangerous gas that harms our environment. That means that create pollution around us. So we have to avoid burning of dry leaves and the remains of the animal. Why? Because they pollute our surrounding and our environment. Okay, bacha party? With this, we have completed part 1 of chapter 15. I hope all of you have understand each and every topic. If still anyone has any doubt, please message me or comment down below. Till then, take care. Bye bye. Stay healthy. Stay fit.